a refugee who came to Canada, who has been accepted as a permanent resident. For the past years, he had been going back home to the Republic of Czech 7 times. So this time around, luck was not on his side. He was flagged by a border agent who asked him why he has been voluntarily going back to the country which he ran from because of unsafety. Hi guys, and welcome to Auntie Nyari channel, where we talk about real life situations. And today we are going to talk about a trending story that just happened here in Canada. Please, at the end of the video, don't forget to share, like, or subscribe. And in the middle, please keep sharing your thoughts so that we can move in the same mood. Let's understand this story together and let's understand what we think about this situation. So there is a guy, just going straight to the point. There's this guy, a 58 years old guy who traveled from Czech Republic in 1997 as a refugee. He came to Canada, he landed in Montreal, where he sought the refugee status and he got accepted by the Canadian Refugee and Immigration Board. So he stayed and got his permanent residence, which, like, if you are maybe in the States, we say green card. You got that in 1999, which is 2 years after the time he landed in Canada. So he has been here in this country for 30 years. He worked as a tradesman and he said he has been driving like luxurious cars like Mercedes-Benz, to name but a few. He refers to Canada as a land of opportunities in the whole world. In 2020, going to the gist now, we're going to the gist of the story now. So in 2020, he traveled back to Republic of Czech, where he comes from, to take care of his brother who was sick, who was diagnosed with bladder cancer. So he went back home and took care of his brother. But prior to that, he had been going back home and coming back to Canada about 7 times. So this time around, luck was not on his side. He was flagged by a border agent who asked him why he has been voluntarily going back to the country which he ran from because of unsafety. So, like, for the past years, he had been going back home to the Republic of Czech for 7 times, 7 trips. So at this point, guys, okay, this is a refugee who came to Canada, who has been accepted as a permanent resident. Yes, is we can say, maybe we said before in America, I would say he has a green card. So he still kept going back home. He has gone there for 7 times. So this time around in 2020, the immigration border officer said, "Excuse me, sir, you have been going back home, so it looks like everything is okay." So his status was flagged. Let's continue. Please don't forget, share your comment. What do you think at this point? What's going to happen? What happened? Let's continue to dig into the details of the story. The Immigration Canada suggested that at this point, it looks like he did not need the protection that he got when he claimed the asylum in 1997 when he first came to Canada. Okay, this is 2020. Let's just scrutinize, or let's just analyze a bit this situation. This person, when you are in Canada, I believe after a few years, you're eligible to apply for the citizenship. Anyway, let's not jump there yet. Let's follow the story step by step, and we hear what really happened. When he came back this time around, the IRCC decided that they should strip that permanent residence which they'd given him in 1997. So they should take it away from him, as they think that he doesn't need it. And he appealed for humanitarian. To those, maybe some of us, they know what it means. Maybe those people who sometimes they lose them cases or they don't get the papers, they could apply for humanitarian. I don't know the details that much, but I know a few people who said they couldn't get accepted maybe for refugee, but they applied for that. Therefore, they continued to stay in the country. He remembered, I'm just repeating what this Mr. Romano said. He said he remembered the first time he landed in Canada. He landed in Montreal with his brother, and they started working where that employer couldn't afford to pay two people, and they were sharing one person wage, the two of them, but doing two people job. Oh, it was sad. But anyway, he was very patient, and then he was later hired by a company which was into like building, which he worked for more than, I think, 28 years. Oh, he's a good worker, man. He's a great person. He knows how to keep the job. Oh, a good guy. So anyway, going back to the story again, they now said, we have to cancel your papers, your permanent residence. It's time for you to go back. You've been going back and forth, and your life doesn't seem to be in danger anymore. I don't know, maybe every country is different. Let's analyze together, guys. So if you come, or if you claim for any asylum in any country, let's not talk only about Canada, in any country, how long, or are you allowed to go back to your country where you are running from the danger you are coming from, if you are not a citizen of the other country which you are now staying? I don't know. Maybe every country is different, but let's learn together. Canada is saying no, you can't go back to your home country where you ran from when you seek the asylum. So guys, together, like I said, let's analyze so that some people, they are not going to make the same mistake which this guy did. The guy went back and forth, and he ended up losing his status to stay in Canada, his permanent residence. Okay, let's go back to the point of him becoming a citizen. Why? For 30 years, a child would have gone to university, finished, and started his family. 30 years is a long time, guys. He came, he said he has two children, two girl children. The children said he's the best dad. He cared for everybody. Even when he was going back home, he always took care of everybody. So he is a great guy in his own way. But he did not do himself, in my opinion, any good or any favor, because he cared for everybody else except himself. This is what he said. He said that he couldn't apply for citizenship because during the time, maybe when he came, the English was a challenge to him. So he was scared that in case if he writes that exam, here in Canada, when you go for citizenship, there's a test which you write, and it's in English, obviously. So he said, when he was scared that maybe he was going to fail the English. That's the reason why he didn't sit for the Canadian citizenship exam, of which he said he was going to wait until 55 years. so that he could get the exemption of writing the test. Now he's 58. What could have been the reason for him not to do the citizenship like for the past 3 years? Could it be because he was already flagged, so he couldn't apply anymore, or he just took it for granted? I don't know. According to the daughter, it's very sad that she's scared that the guy is going to go back home, the father is going to go back home, but there's nowhere to say home. He's been there 30 years ago, so he doesn't probably have a home of his own. His life was already built here in Canada. So it's a sad situation, but I don't know if we should sympathize with him for staying this long without attempting to even take a citizenship exam. Here there as far as I know, there are some English classes for for people who can't even speak English at all. There are some classes like that, English as a second language classes. So I think he didn't think about it until it happened. I don't know, guys. Don't forget, just put your comment. Let's do it together. Let's see. What do you think? He has, when he came the first time, remember, he had this brother, I think Mr. Frederick. Yes, Mr. Frederick. The guy he came with the first time. Remember when I said they were working, both of them, they were working for one wage, for one person wage. So when he came, remember, he came with that brother. That brother is Mr. Frederick. So Mr. Frederick is saying, this guy is an amazing guy. He did not commit any crime. He is a responsible person. So why does he have to be deported? So what do you think, guys? What do you think? Even though he might be a good person, I think according to what I read, the story I read, it looks like he's a great person. But do you think it's justified for the immigration to send him back home? Or since he has been working like in this country for 30 years, is it fair for them to send him home? Or could they give him a chance to apply for the citizenship at this point? Or maybe give him a chance to apply for the humanitarian? Me, I don't work for immigration. I just, thought, let's analyze together when the people who are still waiting. I actually recently, I heard about another person, our Zimbabwean person who did the same thing. She had the permanent residence and she was going back and forth for some time. And then this one time, she also faced the same thing. They said, you know what? Your country is now safe. You said the first time you came here, you said your life was at risk, but you keep going back and forth. So guys, I think there's a lot to learn from this story. For those who are still doing their papers, patience is very important. It's not necessary to go like after, it's like 30 years wasted. Although, no, there's, no, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think he wasted it completely. No, he did not waste. He brought his children and, the children and the grandchildren, they appreciate him. But to himself, he did not do himself a favor. So guys, let's just comment together, share your thoughts, and let's learn and let's share so that other people might not repeat the same mistake. Let's learn together, guys. Thank you. And next time, watch for the next video.